everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your monthly angel card reading for July 2017. So we're at the halfway point of the year, and I can't believe it's going by so fast. And I know there's been many changes for a lot of you out there, many changes that are in progress and many changes to come. So for this monthly reading, we're going to be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot, which is by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha, and that's for the main message. For your special message card, depending on your stone of choice, we're going to be using the Archangel Divination deck, which is by Doreen Virtue. So let's go ahead, before we talk about the astrology and the numerology energy for the month of July, let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice. So your first stone of choice is rose quartz. Now the rose quartz has a very peaceful and calming energy, loving vibration, all about unconditional love, both for self, especially for self, and for others. So again, the rose quartz vibrates to the heart chakra. It's got that, again, that very calming, peaceful, relaxing kind of energy, nurturing kind of energy, like the Great Mother. Your second stone of choice is citrine. And citrine vibrates to the solar plexus chakra. And this is all about our center of willpower. It's about confidence, self-assuredness, leadership ability, taking charge. This is also a stone that rules abundance and prosperity and kind of brings that idea of abundance and prosperity, whether it be financial or in the form of other types of blessings, to us. So again, citrine is going to help us with that self-assuredness and center of our will. Our last stone of choice is going to be amethyst. And amethyst relates to the crown chakra. And this is all about opening up to higher wisdom, messages from a higher plane. It's opening up our claircognizant ability, which is the ability, the psychic ability of clear knowing. It's very helpful for dream recall. This has got a very spiritual, a highly spiritual vibration. It also has kind of a calming effect as far as our whole spiritual energy bodies are concerned. And this one is going to be more directive because it's a point here, so that energy is coming down from the universe and it's able to be kind of dispersed in different directions. So again, your stones of choice for your special message card are the rose quartz, the citrine, and the amethyst. Okay, so before we get into the card messages, let's start by talking about the energy vibration of July. Now, we're on the heels of that June energy, and if you listen to the June monthly reading, you know that related to the Tower card, numerologically speaking, because we're in a 10 universal year, which does reduce down to a 1, but really 2017 equals a 10. And we take that 10 vibration and we add it to the month in question. And last month was June, the 6th month, and that's where we have the number 16 vibrating to that Tower card. And I wanted to re-mention that because we're, again, coming off of that June energy to where there was probably lots of changes, a lot of transformations, a lot of redirections, like the Tower card. The Tower card is about death and rebirth. It kind of brings down the old so that we can rebuild something new. So with the Tower card, there's a lot of external change. External changes could be home and family, could be career, could be financial, could be relationship oriented, but usually it's a change that happens outside of us that then brings transformation and change for us, within us, and within our lives in the direction that we're going. So now that we're out of June and the changes and transformations have happened or are in the process of maybe still happening, now we're into this new month of July. And July, if we add up the universal 10-year that we're in for 2017, and we add it to the number 7, because July is the 7th month, we get the number 17. Now I'm going to talk about the reduced vibration first. If we take that 1 plus that 7, we actually equals the number 8. So we're in an 8 universal month for July. And the number 8 is interesting because it's all about business, career, finances, money, power, authority, okay? So in the third dimensional sense, we're going to be focused on those issues. So for us personally, the month of July, we might find that things are highlighted as far as, again, career matters. Maybe we're changing careers. Maybe there's things going on within the job or career. It's dealing with money and finances. This could be bringing in more money and finances, but this could also be spending more money and finances. Maybe the spending is from an unforeseen event. Maybe the spending is to heighten our sense of business and our sense of being seen or recognized for what it is we do and what we put out into the world. So this can go either way with that 8 energy vibration. Again, the 8 is about power and control and recognition and authority. And so if we look at this on the collective level, there may be some power and control issues that come up. There may be things happening with big corporations, big money, things of that nature. Financial, like Wall Street, things like that could be happening. This can be about power and control between countries. On a personal level, what it comes down to is empowering ourselves. Okay, there could be power and control issues with us and other people, sure. But what it comes down to from a spiritual standpoint is that we need to empower ourselves or release ourselves from disempowering circumstances. That's what this 8 vibration for the month of July is going to be all about. So again, it can be focused on our career and who we are out in the world. It's focused on our financial sustenance. And it's focused on our own sense of power. Are we owning our power? Are we owning our truth? Are we using our power wisely? Are we empowering ourselves? Are we not allowing other people to disempower us anymore? So releasing all disempowering relationships and situations. Now let's look at the number 17. The number 17 vibrates to the star card in the tarot. And I took this star card out of the Syrian Starseed Tarot, so you can take a look at it. But the star card, interestingly enough, as we come off the heels of the Tower card energy of June, this is redirecting us towards an idea of hope. Okay, the star card is about what are our hopes for the future? What are our dreams for the future? Let's focus on that, because the old is no longer. Whatever happened last month or maybe in the previous months, again, this kind of destruction of the old or this redirection in our lives or whatever was happening was the way to redirect us, was the way to put us more in alignment with our truth, to put us more in alignment with our spiritual power, so to speak, so that we empower ourselves. So we could choose to stay in this disempowerment energy or feel the victim of circumstance. But everything happens for a reason, even the things that don't feel good, even the things that are challenging, okay? And what it's doing is it's pushing us to empower ourselves. It's pushing us to take charge. It's pushing us to be our own authority and to move towards our true dreams, our true hopes, our true desires. And the star card says you can now start to rebuild towards that. And so if you can see here, obviously you see the universe, you see all these stars, you see all this potential. This is infinite potential of the universe. And that infinite potential of the universe, the infinite blessings of the universe, I look at all of these stars as infinite blessings. So these infinite blessings are coming forth if we recognize it, if we take charge, if we empower ourselves and move towards these magical blessings, okay? Move towards our hopes and our dreams and our desires, even if we think they're beyond our reach. The stars often seem beyond our reach, but really, the stars are just that magical energy of the universe. And that magical energy of the universe is all around us. It's not out there and outside of us to where we can't reach it. The magical energy of the universe is all around us. So reach for your star, whatever your star is about this month. Reach for your star and start to move towards it, even if it seems impossible to reach, because it is possible. Okay? And that's what the star card is about. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the astrology. Now, this is going to be the highlighted astrology for the month. Okay, only mentioning the highlights. On the 4th and 5th, we have 2 planets changing signs. On the 4th, we have Venus moving from Taurus into Gemini, and on the 5th, we have Mercury moving out of Cancer and into Leo. Now, Venus going into Gemini. And it's going to be in Gemini for most of the month, from the 4th of July until the 31st of July. Okay, so she's not in there for very long, but she's in there for almost the whole month. And Venus is about money and finances, and it's also about relationships and love and affection and connecting with our feminine power. In Gemini, Gemini is that mutable, changeable kind of sign, and Gemini is very logical, very mental sign. So the positive way to look at this with Venus and Gemini is that, for instance, money or personal resources or finances can come from multiple directions. Remember, Gemini is the sign of the twins, and so it means more than one. It's like 2 or more. Okay, so the money and abundance can come from multiple directions. Now, this could also mean that relationships could come from multiple directions, or there's more than one relationship that might come in with Venus ruling relationships and partnerships. There might be, for instance, a relationship triangle going on. Maybe you fall for 2 different people or more than 2 people, or you start dating a lot. Venus and Gemini to me would be dating a lot of people from the partnership standpoint. Now also, if we look at the not so positive side, Venus in Gemini can't really make a decision or make a good choice. And so, and maybe she doesn't need to, okay? But as far as relationships, she might just decide she wants to be flirtatious and have, more than one relationship going on, and that's perfectly her right. Venus in regards to money being in Gemini with the not so positive could be that you're juggling finances, okay? Gemini to me would be like juggling different things going on financially speaking, or we're taking from this pot to put over in this pot. So you can look at it that way too. Let's look at the more positive. Let's project or intend that Venus in Gemini is going to bring us lots of opportunities, more than one opportunity for money and finances to kind of come in, more than one opportunity for maybe partnership or relationship matters to come into our lives, if that's what we're looking for. Venus is also, again, our feminine presence, or the divine feminine. She's the ruler of the divine feminine. In Gemini, she's going to be a little bit more logical rather than emotional, okay? So all the way around, Venus in Gemini is going to be thinking more and having more ideas, and again, kind of operating out of that mental, logical plane rather than the heart chakra, which she's usually probably used to a little bit more. Okay, so Mercury in Leo. Mercury is communication, ideas, thoughts. And in Leo, it actually is very prominent. I feel like Mercury in Leo is got the ideas, very colorful ideas, very creative ideas, takes charge. This is like the person that speaks at a conference in front of thousands of people. This is somebody that really has that leadership ability and that creative, colorful way of speaking that catches people. This is kind of like that communication style that really dramatizes things but catches people's attention. So if there's anything that you need to do as far as speaking or writing or teaching or anything, again, that deals with Mercury and that communication, this is going to be a great month for that colorful, creative way to do it. That again, you're going to I feel like you're going to feel more confident, you're going to feel more self-assured, and you're going to really catch people with your words, with your thoughts. Now, Mercury is going to only be in Leo from the 5th of July until the 25th. And we'll talk about what happens on the 25th here in a second. The next thing of significance that we have going on is the full moon on the 8th and the 9th, depending on the place in the world that you're at or located, your time zone. Now, this full moon in Capricorn, I think, is going to be very powerful because it's connecting with Pluto. This happens at 17 degrees of Capricorn, meaning the sun is at 17 degrees Cancer and the moon is at 17 degrees Capricorn. Well, Pluto is very close to, if not at that degree. I didn't look up the exact degree, but Pluto is right there. So Pluto is that, again, power, transformation, transmutation, regeneration, all of those powerful death and rebirth kinds of energies with Pluto. And so that full moon, which is bringing things to a crescendo, bringing things to a certain intensity, and then after the full moon, it's like washing away, releasing, transforming, transmuting old energies. I suspect that this is going to be a powerful one. Okay. On the 20th, Mars goes into Leo. Okay, so now we start having some Leo energy going on for July. But on the 20th, Mars goes into Leo. On the 22nd, the Sun goes into Leo. Okay, so now we have Mercury, Mars, and the Sun all in Leo by the 22nd. So again, a lot of creative energy. Leo is about creative self-expression. You know, it's about creative projects and being bold and being assertive and having that leadership potential, that authority. Again, but Leo has that presence. Leo is the sign of the zodiac that the sun naturally rules. So this is where a person shines their light. So with all these planets in Leo, it's like shine your light. Take charge, be confident, be creative, be colorful. That's what Leo's all about, and that's what we're moving into as we move through this month. And then on the 23rd, after the sun moves into Leo and joins both Mercury and Mars, we have a new moon in Leo. The new moon right after the sun moves into Leo, so it's at 0 degrees Leo, very first degree of the zodiac. So new moons are about new beginnings. The first degree, the 0 degree point of Leo, is a true new beginning here. So it's a true new beginning of shining your light, a true new beginning of starting creative projects or creative writing or creative speaking or whatever creative idea that you have. Now is the time to start it with that new moon in Leo on the 23rd. And then on the 25th, that's when Mercury changes signs again. Mercury moves into Virgo. Now, this is one of Mercury's ruling signs, Virgo. So it's going to be very much at home there. It becomes very much more detail-oriented, logical, succinct, looking at the fine print, paying attention to all the small little things that need to be paid attention to. Mercury in Virgo is much more analytical, okay? Much more on that mental plane with Mercury and Virgo. Now, sometimes it can get caught into a mind loop of negativity. Sometimes it can get a little too self-critical or critical in its thinking. So let's look at that positive aspect of Mercury and Virgo, which is that logical, analytical, and this idea of using discernment. You know, use that Mercury and Virgo with that idea of using discernment. Now, on the 31st, Venus changes signs again. And Venus will be moving now into Cancer. So as we move into August, Venus is going to be in that sign of Cancer, which again brings in that home and family feel. Very nurturing, loving, feminine, intuitive energy as it moves into Cancer on the 31st of July and then through August. The biggest thing that I want to mention astrologically that's occurring, though, happens on the 30th. Now, we're going to feel it all month of July, but on the 30th, Chiron goes into retrograde motion. And Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is the shaman and the healer, okay? But Chiron will often bring up old past life wounds or old emotional wounds that need healing within us. These wounds could be physical, they could be emotional, mental, or spiritual, because often Chiron deals with past life wounds. Now, again, it goes retrograde on the 30th, and it will stay retrograde for a while, some months, because it's a very slow-moving planet. But as it's slowing down all month, we're going to feel it more and more as we approach the 30th. And more we're going to feel some of those emotional wounds rising within us. Now, I don't feel like it's going to be as challenging as some of the previous Chiron aspects that we've had. We've had Chiron and Saturn on and off squaring each other, and that was really challenging because now you're adding Saturn, which is about limitation, restriction, and karmic wounds as well. But with Chiron turning retrograde, it's at 28 degrees Pisces when it turns retrograde, and it's not quite connecting with Saturn. It's a little ways away from Saturn. It's within about 7 degrees or so. Yeah, within 6 or 7 degrees. So it's close enough to bring some stuff up, but not maybe as challenging as it was a few months back when they were exactly connecting. I think that was last fall, maybe in November, and then there was a time in the spring that happened as well. So know, though, that if you have anything on or around the 28th degree of Pisces, or on or around the 28th degree of Virgo, or Gemini, or Sagittarius especially, you might feel this more so than others, but all of us will feel some semblance of this energy with it bringing up some old past life wounds. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards for the month so we can get through the video in a timely manner. So looking at the first card from the Syrian Starseed Tarot, this is the Ten of Flames, and this is about the fire element. So this is like the Ten of Fire in the traditional tarot suit. And you can see the Ten of Flames here, if you can get a good look at that. There's a person walking up a flight of stairs. It's very dark and very dreary looking. It looks like it's an old castle, you know, kind of scene. And this person is carrying 10 flames or 10 wands here. This is wands or fire. This is usually about feeling overburdened, spiritually speaking, or feeling overburdened with life, feeling overburdened with what's happening or what's been going on. This, to me, feels like a carryover from the month of June. Again, feeling kind of at the end of something. You know, this is the number 10, so this is the last minor arcana before we get to the court cards. So this is like we're at the end of something and we're feeling that things are getting heavy or things are overburdening us, or we're just, you know, struggling to get up the stairs, so to speak. We're struggling to stay on the path. We're struggling to take the next step. That's what the Ten of Flames is about. But remember, we're at the end of this. So we're at the end of that energy. Pretty soon it's going to break and we're going to be able to move into a lighter energy. That's usually what this means. It's like it's gotten to its heaviest point. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second card so we can get more information on this. One thing that strikes me as I take another quick look at it is, remember, we're getting towards the end of whatever this struggle or challenge or heaviness is all about. As this person's walking up the stairs, if you can see that, there's a light up here. He's walking towards the light. So you also are going to be walking towards that light. It's going to get lighter. It's going to get brighter. It's going to get better. That's what this is. It's like there's that sign of hope. Just like, again, the whole month of July vibrating to that star card, there's hope ahead. So focus on that light. So let's look at the second card. Okay, we have a court card here. This is called the Master of Chalices. Now in the traditional tarot deck, this would be the King of Cups. And the king, of course, is a take charge kind of individual. And that's all that Leo energy that we have going on this month. Take charge, be authoritative, you know, be a leader. That's what the king is all about. But here he's in the cup suit, or the chalices. This is a leader who's more in tune with his emotional side. A leader, a masculine leader that's more in tune with his divine feminine side. So in this way, this king of chalices, is much more nurturing, much more loving, much more compassionate than some of the other kings, okay? And you can see here there's this beautiful, calm body of water. Looks like the calm of the ocean. And this beautiful set of eyes, which is the king's eyes, but to me it feels like a guide. You know, this feels like a spiritual, loving, compassionate guide who's leading us, who's showering us with unconditional love and compassion as we take the next step, as we move forward towards the light, carrying this heavy burden and wanting to, you know, feel lighter and wanting to release those challenges. This is a guide. This is the universe, if you will, God. This is our angels that are coming in with that unconditional love and compassion and saying, I'm going to lead you. I'm going to lead you as the king, but I'm going to lead you through love. I'm going to lead you through nurturing you, through loving you, and showing you that compassion. Show that to yourselves. Show that to others. Feel that. Just exude that. Open up your heart chakra this month and shine the light that you are, that Leo light that you are. Shine it through the heart chakra of unconditional love and peace and unity. That's what I feel this Master of Chalices is all about. But again, I feel like there's a lot of guides helping us, a lot of nurturing. This could even be a nurturing father figure, nurturing family member or father figure in the flesh. That's also helping us this month. Okay, let's take a look at the last card. Okay, last card is Major Arcana 20, and in this deck it's called Karma. Now, in the traditional tarot deck, this is the Judgment card. Now, you might think that the Judgment card sounds a little challenging, and even this word karma, some of you might feel is challenging, but look at this picture. It's like, if you can see that, it's almost like there's a heart in the water. This heart in the water, and this beautiful lotus flower here in the sky above the ocean. This to me is that Chiron turning to retrograde motion, bringing up some of these old emotional wounds, but showering them with love. Okay, and it's through you exuding love towards yourself and you kind of being in that state of love and peace and compassion. Meditation is going to be very important. You know, connecting with your guides and angels is very important, but I feel like this is a release of karma. That's what Chiron is all about. Although Chiron can bring up those past life challenges, it's so that we can release them. We recognize them, we see them, we feel them, and then we release it and let it go so we don't have to carry it anymore in this lifetime or in a future lifetime. So this is kind of a karmic rebalancing that's going on. And if you give yourself love, if you just give love to whatever physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual challenges comes up, whether it's just within yourself or if it's with other people in your life, shine that love or be that love. Show that compassion. Be peace, be balance, and allow this karma to just dissipate through the power of love. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and see what your special message card is, depending on your stone of choice. So we're going to give the archangels a shuffle here and call them in and ask for rose quartz is the first stone. So those of you that chose the rose quartz, what's the special message for rose quartz people? Okay, this one is sticking out. Rose quartz. Breathe with Archangel Raphael. Okay. So it says, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. That's what we were just talking about as far as Chiron. Breathe, allow yourself to feel it. Call in Archangel Raphael to assist you in healing it, and then you can release it and let it go. A lot of times, I have done a lot of work over the past few months, since last summer, last fall especially, about pulling cords, cutting cords between me and all karmic wounds, all karmic challenges, all karmic patterns, all trauma energies. So you might use some of those terms in your meditation and in doing healing for yourself. This suggests to me that taking in that breath, breathing, sometimes when we're stressed or anxious or when we're going through some sort of anxiety, we hold our breath. And holding our breath is never good. So if we practice that meditation or yoga breath, that's going to help to move things out and move things through. Remember to call on Archangel Raphael. We have Archangel Raphael in his green, that emerald green color that he's often depicted with. So visualize in your meditations that emerald green color. Wear emerald green. Eat foods that are emerald green. These are all going to be helpful hints to help you to heal and release and let go. I also get a sense that being out in nature, breathing in deeply the fresh air of nature, also is going to be very helpful for you in this month of July. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the special message for the citrine people. And there's a card that's sticking up, so I had to just kind of go for a minute and ask Spirit, and this is the card for the citrine people. Passion, Archangel Haniel. Love it. This makes me feel of that Leo energy, that Leo passion. It says, Archangel Haniel, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Okay, so definitely that Leo energy, you know, does rule the 5th house of the zodiac, and that's all about like dating relationships and having fun and being flirtatious. And again, whether it's about relationship or whether it is about your career or your life purpose, your destiny path, this is telling you to definitely move forward with that sense of exuberance and confidence and energy and passion. That's all Leo energy here. It reminds me of the Leo energy. Now, Archangel Haniel is an angel of healing as well. She helps to deal with the subconscious and our healing abilities, our psychic abilities, our intuitive abilities. So call upon her as far as this Chiron healing is concerned as well, if that's indeed something that you experience. And call upon her to connect you intuitively or energetically, if you will, to that passion energy, to that passionate nature within you. I feel like confidence is a key word for you this month, those people that chose the citrine. So focus on confidence this month. Confidence and this sense of passion is going to help move you through to the next step. All right, and then for those of you that chose the amethyst, let's give this another shuffle and ask for the message for amethyst. The one on the bottom keeps telling me to pull it, so let's pull this one. Indigo and crystal children. This one is Archangel Metatron, and it says you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Archangel Metatron is the archangel that helps with the crystal and indigo children. And for those of you that chose the amethyst, maybe you have children or grandchildren that are indigo or crystal, and you will be paying special attention to their needs this month or helping them in some way this month. This can also be for teachers or life coaches or guides. Now, the children don't necessarily mean they're little children as they're depicted here. This could be the indigo and crystal children of humanity, which a lot of us are already of adult age. So think about this as the children of humanity, the indigos that are the trailblazers, the ones that are the authority busters. You know, they don't like authority, or they buck authority if it's not proper authority. If it's not proper use of power with authority, that's what the indigos don't like, okay? So again, they're more of the trailblazer, they're more of the risk taker. Now, the crystal children are more of the healers, the intuitives, the empaths, the nurturers, the musical artistic realm. So whatever this might signify for you, let me take a look here. I feel like you're in some way, shape, or form supposed to either follow a path where you're moving towards helping the children of humanity, the indigos and the crystals, or the little ones, or someone within your family, some sort of particular assistance. Okay, so I hope you've liked this particular monthly card reading for July. I wish you all much love and light. I wish you many, many blessings for the next step on your path, and I'll see you in the weekly readings. Namaste.